It is a Southern Mallee Giants football report, and there is so much excitement on the footy side of the world because grand finals arrived. Imbula is the venue, Ararat is the opposition, Sammy White is the commentator. He joins me now. G'day, Sammy. How are you?
Yeah, going well, thanks, man.
Well, you've been busy this week in preparations. You've had a few days to think about it since you knocked them over last time. A run on the training track on Monday. How did the boys shape up? Any niggles? Any sort of extras on the track running around trying to get a game at the last minute?
Yeah, no, it's been really nice having the week off, man. No, everyone's got a bit of a hop in their step. A bit of excitement this week, obviously leading up to the grand final, so no one's complaining with injuries. You just put your best foot forward. And, a fair few boys are trying to put their hand up for selection. But, they've come up with the team and we're right to go.
Yeah, some of the under 17, 18-year-olds that have been playing in the reserves are still training and, they're giving it their all just in case an injury on the track, I was told.
Yeah, a few of the twos boys are still turning out on a Monday to help us, get the numbers up for training. So that's been good. And, they've nearly got better post-season, I reckon, man. So,
yeah, some of them are peaking after the finals. That's the problem.
Yeah, missed their run, but anyway.
Oh, that's good to hear. Well, what about the training nights, Wednesday night, that tough selections for you as you're looking at it? One change to your side from last time when you beat Ararat with Matty Bellinger going out and Lee Stewart coming in.
Yeah, so that's the one change going into Saturday that the coaching staff made. It was always going to be a tough call, the final selection, and unfortunately, Matt Bellinger's been the one to miss out. He's been a big part of the group all throughout the year. Lingers has also been a big part throughout the year as well, and I think they've just gone with him for a bit of extra run on a hot day. So. Hopefully it works out well.
We'll come back to the game and have a look at that in a little bit more detail. Firstly, though, the Team of the Year was announced and Billy Lloyd was one of them and Angus McSwain another to make it from your club. Both those players have had terrific seasons for the Giants.
Yes, Billy Lloyd, he's been consistent all throughout the whole year, playing in the midfield and resting up forward. He's been a constant. He's one of only 3 players, I think, to play every game for the season. So he's had a fantastic year. And same as Gus McSwain, he's been thrown around in every position, I think, on the field. He's started it up back and then he went forward, and then when our ruck got injured, he was playing in the ruck, and now he's back up forward again. So he's very versatile and, a great player to have in his team to be able to sort of swing him around wherever. Yeah,
Billy was third in the count with 18 votes behind Jake Robinson and Tom Eckel from Ararat and Store, respectively. And my favourite, Makita Rotamua-Onas, was in 6th place with 15 votes. The Makita got going.
The big Ballarat bull. Yeah, he always seems to vote well in the league medals, so he probably would have been tipping himself to win it, but unfortunately couldn't quite get there. He'll probably be a bit upset about that. He loves to brag how good he is.
Well, I've got one of those Makita radios, and I'm going to call it Onus, I reckon, from now on. I think that's just going to be my little radio, which I take out on broadcast sites and all sorts of things, so that way I can remember his good efforts this year. Well, the ladies too, good on Steph Thompson. She made the Team of the Year in goal attack, and I just want to mention her playing so well throughout the year, and Abby Hallam was the winner of the reserve grade coming out of the Saints, but that Hallam is well known across the area. All right, we take a look now at the importance of the big match. Last time you beat them in a second semi. This time they've come out and absolutely trounced the Saints. Did that put fear and trepidation in the coaching staff? Did Kieran Delahunty scratching his beard and just thinking, well, what are we going to do to beat this mob?
No, I think they did exactly what we expected they'd do, man. They obviously went through the year undefeated and then did lose the first final. They would have wanted to come out the next final and make a really big statement to say that, they're not here to muck around, which is exactly what they did. They won quite convincingly and, kept the foot down the whole game and, really made the Saints look like witches' cats in the end, really. That's what we expected. But we're still confident that our pressure and our contested style of football, will definitely be able to sort of hold us in good stead come Saturday.
Yeah, it's a very big contest because last time you were able to get Garvey back into at the back line, and Corowa was taken out of the game. He didn't play to his best again on the weekend when it was the big forwards of Ganley up there doing the job and kicking seven. So I've been doing some matchups here, and I'm wondering whether or not that magnificent forward for you that has played in the back line, Zach Robbins, takes Ganley.
Yeah, it's definitely a possibility. Yeah, obviously, Ganley kicked a few goals against the Saints, so he's definitely a lively player up forward for Ararat. But yeah, Zach's also a good lockdown player too, so it could be potentially a good matchup.
Okay, Mills is one of their powerhouses, and he's a very fit bloke too, and can not only kick goals as he did last time, kick 3. Does Sammy White, who's now well and truly over an ankle and the syndenosis in that tendon, does Sammy White get the powerful Tom Mills?
Yeah, Millsy and I have had a couple of good matchups over the past 4 or 5 years, so I would say I'll probably be lining back up on him again. Yeah, he's a big-bodied sort of centre forward, can take a great clunk and loves roaming up the ground, up and back. He's got a big engine, so I'll definitely have your work cut out for me. But yeah, hopefully if our forwards can sort of lock it down in our forward line, hopefully it's not coming up there and too much for me.
Well, we'll see. Now, Rupert Sangster is one that we've called a lot of times, and also, obviously, you've just mentioned in the Team of the Year a fantastic effort from Angus McSwain, the versatile Angus McSwain. But getting the pill, the Heath Smiths of the world, the Lou Whites in the middle, roving the Makita man, roving the packs of the great Kieran Delahunty. That's the key, isn't it? I think being able to take his knock ruck work, I think he'll get the first use for you. Can you stop them from taking the taps like last time? They just couldn't get the ball. You just took the knocks and the ball went forward and Webster finished it off. This time around, can you do the same?
I think so, Flowman. It's definitely a big advantage when you've got such a quality ruckman in Kieran, who gives our midfielders first use. So I have no doubt he'll be jumping up all day and tapping it down to the likes of Billy and Mika and Lou and Coleman. But no doubt Ararat probably had a bit more look at his vision and probably come in with a bit better game plan as well. So definitely going to be sort of won or lost in the midfield because Ararat can be quite dangerous if they get a clean run out of the midfield and deep forward entries to their big tools. So big emphasis on winning at the cold face there.
I reckon Liam Nelson flying in from the Gold Coast. I think too you got another couple there that do come up from there. And they've had the warm weather. They know about the warm weather, the 25 degrees. Do you reckon that plays into your hands, given Ararat train in about 6 or 7 degrees?
It'd have to, wouldn't it? The Queensland boys would, love the nice 26 degrees sunny day. That's what they grew up playing in. So, it's not going to be any issues for them running through the heat. So, and then Liam Nelson, he's a hard runner off our back line, provides a lot of runs, so he'll be big. He'll be instrumental throughout the whole game, I'd say.
Now, you haven't won a Wimmera premiership. You've lost 2 grand finals. You did win a couple of Horsham districts when you decided to move across to the more competitive Wimmera. Colbin Shack has been at the helm. He had a season to not ever reflect on last year when he was very, very badly injured for one of the first times in his illustrious career. What's the great Shack been saying out on the training track?
Oh, he's just, He's excited more than anything, I think, Flowman, just to get another opportunity to have a crack at it because obviously he's starting to get up there with age, and you never know when your last chance at winning a flag will be. So I think he's just taking the week in, and he's been great for the boys. Obviously, a lot of experience playing finals football and whatnot. So he's been dishing off the wisdom to everyone, and he's excited to go.
Oh, any lip on the track from the younger lads towards the older boys? I mean, are we seeing a few of them saying, look, your spot's up for grabs if you don't mark this?
Yeah, Jado Cook was getting stuck into Kieran on the Wednesday night, telling him that he might be sneaking in for the grand final, but Kieran didn't want to borrow that.
I don't reckon he's quite at Kieran's standard yet either. Just between us.
Yeah, no, can't knock the kid for confidence, though, can you?
No, if you get injured, I'm ready to take the mantle, big fella.
No, but besides that, everyone's been pretty low key.
Yeah, well, last time you played at Dimboola was early in the season, so you haven't been there for quite a long time. And I suppose that's something to think of. They beat you 14-9 to 11-11 there, but it wasn't a bad game of footy from your blokes back then with a few injuries at that point in the season. So I don't know that the ground holds any fears for you. I don't think it holds many fears for Ararat. I think it's just a neutral venue, a big crowd. Have you heard about the travelling crowd? I mean, I did see that my good mates at the Hopeton Community Hotel have had the flags out. Has there been a bit of a sort of orange matter going around the main street of Hopeton, the Lascelles Street, and also the beautiful Beulah Main Street?
Yeah, the big orange tsunami Flowman will be making its way to Dimboola come Saturday. There's plenty of streamers and sort of flags and orange and grey colours getting around, so which is great to see. Everyone getting involved and excited. Excited for the game on Saturday. So it's great to see everyone getting involved.
Beautiful stuff. I'm looking forward to it, and I do thank you for being such a wonderful guest and making yourself available from under tractors, under ploughs, under air seeders. You've been a great correspondent for us this year.
No, thanks, Flo, man. No, it's been good to have a catch up each week. So, hopefully we can bring it home tomorrow and finish the season off strong, eh?
Finish the season not off strong, but also at the medal count on Sunday at Hopeton, and we'll look forward to seeing the results come through for the best and fairest awards across the club in both footy and netball. Sammy White, we'll catch you next year.
See you, Flo, man.